Yeah, thank you, Fisayo.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I would like us to, if you have any questions or question on what we've done so far, you can, here's the time to raise it. I have a few questions. Like somebody posted in the chat that what's the best way to secure remote DevOps opportunity with over 10 years of experience in Nigeria? Now, if I would take that, I would say for you to be able to get a job in DevOps and you are in Nigeria, you need to be able to, number one, I would say, look at your LinkedIn profile. Make sure your LinkedIn profile is very good. Now, if your LinkedIn profile is very good, and then make sure that the skills that you have are really in demand, because we can say it's not about how long, really. If you say, because what I've noticed is we'll say we have 10 years of experience, but what are we doing in that 10 years? So if you know that, if you look at the job site and you know that your skills, you need to do what I would call skill gap analysis. What are the jobs saying and what can you really do? If you mash it together and see, okay, the job is saying I need to do this, can I really do it? If you can't really do it, then you need to scale up. But if you can do it and you're comfortable that you can do it, then I would say look at your resume, look at your LinkedIn profile, and then begin to apply for jobs. Then you need to prepare for interview. Now, the disadvantage of being outside Canada, US, UK, Sweden, is that the employer in Canada may want to give preference to people in Canada or in those countries before they go abroad. So you may need to, if they're looking, if the skill set they are looking for the job is, let's say on the scale of 1 to 10 is 8, then you must be able to give them an 8 or a 9. Now, if you can do that, you'll be able to get a job. I've seen people that got job from Nigeria and they are doing DevOps. And the first salary the guy got was over 100,000 Canadian dollars then. But the person knows how to program. The person has AWS certification. And the person positioned himself to be able to get that job. So you need to position yourself. What we're going to do as part of this offering is that I'm already talking to some people that will help you look at your LinkedIn profile. Then probably look at your resume as well, so that your resume is good, your LinkedIn profile is good. Then you can begin to look for jobs that are remote. I would suggest you just, when you look for it in LinkedIn, look for remote jobs. Once you see, and then we'll make available sites that where you can actually apply for remote jobs for you. So I think with those, you should be able to get comfortable and get something as well. Then there's another question. The person wants to know the programming languages that one can learn to be successful in DevOps. For me, I would suggest, but it's not cast in stone, it depends on your organization or where you're working with. I would suggest Python. Python is easy to learn. So if you know Python, it will be easy for you to really go far in DevOps. If you know unit scripting, which means you can write shell scripts, it will help a lot as well. SQL is good. If you know SQL very well, it can help. If you know Go, if you know Ruby, those will help. If you know Node.js, maybe, but that will help as well. Yeah, if you know that. But if I'm talking to somebody that is new to DevOps, I would just suggest the person should concentrate on Python, because if you know Python, you can actually use Python for so many other things, and it's easy to learn. I would just say Python and Uniscript. Those are easy to learn. They are not difficult to learn, but those are the languages that one can learn in DevOps to become successful in DevOps. Then you need to know infrastructure as code, though I won't call those ones as programming language. So you need to know Terraform or CloudFormation. They are just like templates. So yeah, they are easy. Those ones are really, really easy to learn, just to map something to something. So those ones are easy to learn. But if you need to know that as well to be able to, you need to be able to create your infrastructure as code using either Terraform or CloudFormation. But most people will use Terraform, because if you do Terraform, you can do on any of the cloud infrastructure or the cloud platforms. But if you do CloudFormation, then you are learning towards AWS alone. So I hope that answers those two questions. Then there's another question. I think this was a comment from someone for Fisayo. The person said, please, did you say 12 domains or 8 domains? Has this been changed from 8 to 12 domains? I think that's for cybersecurity. Fisayo, would you like to take that?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so if we look at whether it's 10 domains or 8 domains, so if you take the CISSP course, CISSP can tell you 8 domains. If you take the GIAC course, GIAC can tell you maybe 8 domains or 12 domains or even 10 domains. So basically, whether there are 10 domains or 8 domains, the job function is drawn from them. So it's not cast in stone, because who makes these 10 domains or 8 domains? There are people like you and I. We can just probably, if you're a member of ISC Squared or ISACA, we can say, no, it's no longer 8 domains, can say 10 domains. So basically, they are even, but the major ones which are covered here, they are in this particular 12 domains that I've listed. You understand? So whether it's 8 domains, whether it's 10 domains, whether it's 9 domains, whether it's 6 domains, it depends on which body is actually giving that instruction. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Fisayo. And then there's another question. It said, can a person with no IT knowledge, but the person has passion and interest, delve into IT sector and succeed? And the person will become employable at the end of the bootcamp. Now, if you don't have any IT knowledge, but you have passion, you got something really, and you have interest, that is really important. Now, if I tell you you'll be employable after teaching you for 10 hours, I'm lying to you. You will not be employable after I've taught you for 10 hours. That's not possible if you don't have any knowledge at all. But what I can do at the end of the 10 hours is to sow in you the seed that will make you develop interest, and then give you some resources that you can use to move on. And then if you want to deep dive into it, then we can talk about that, because after the bootcamp, we intend to actually deep dive into this. But that will not be free. That is the truth. That part will not be free, because it will be unfair on us to take you for, let's say, 3 or 4 months, and then it will be eventually be free, eventually. No. But one thing that is important, if the passion is there and the interest is there, even if the money is not there initially, we can take a chance on you and train you, because we know this guy is passionate. And how do we judge the passionate? First, for example, we're saying we have that bootcamp, and then you attended all the classes, you participated so well in all the classes, and we know we can see the passion in you that this guy can succeed if he's trained, but does not have this money to go to dive deep into it, we can as well say, okay, let's take a chance on this guy and train the person. If the person gets a job, it becomes a part of our success story. But we need some level of commitment to be able to devote our time and energy for, say, 3 months or 4 months to handle somebody from zero to the point that the person can get a job. Because what we've seen is that if we say everything is free for 3 months or 4 months, people will not be committed. And so for it, we need to see that level of commitment. So to answer your question in a short way, I would say it's not possible for somebody that doesn't know IT to be trained and be employable after 10 hours of training. But I've seen people that doesn't know IT at all. I have a particularized person that I usually refer to. The person did finance. So which means the person is an accountant, a financial analyst. The person, I actually trained the person in cloud computing, and in 3 months, the person was able to secure a role. But it wasn't that easy for the person, because the person told me she devoted 5 hours every day to study. So if you're ready to give the time and the energy, I can assure you, at the end of the 3 months, you will be ready to get a job, and you will get a job. That is the truth. That is the basic truth. But you need to give the commitment, the time to study and be able to do it. So if you're not ready to do it, it won't fall on your laps, really. It won't fall on your laps. I read something this morning which I would like to share. Someone said, if you like to be part of the 1%, he said, you have to give what the 99% are not ready to give. And that's the truth. So I hope that answers your question. Now, if you have any other question, you can raise up your hand. Okay, yes, Ibironke, I will unmute you so that you can ask your question. So you should be able to unmute yourself now.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Okay, my name is Ibrahim Olanrewaju. I would like to say thank you to Madam Olufisayo and Mr. Karodeya. Now, basically, I'm the one that had the first question that about securing a job opportunity from Nigeria. Basically, for me, on a daily basis, I can say on LinkedIn, I always get an offer. However, due to being in Nigeria has always been a limited factor, and there is no, for now, because almost everyone has returned back to office, and I think everyone is following Amazon, as in Jeff Bezos' stuff. So everybody has returned back to office. However, there is no sponsorship for relocation this time. And currently, I don't think I'm ready for relocation until maybe I will have to make up my mind to move. But that is not, I don't think it's my CV. Almost every time I receive nothing less than 100,000 pounds offer or whatever. I think my LinkedIn profile is good enough. Nonetheless, I love to learn, and I love to give it to people that are doing it on a daily basis, even though I've been opportune to work. Like if you look at, I can speak for cybersecurity, and I can also speak for DevOps. However, what has kept me going has been from the onset. I'm one of those early people that entered into IT from the background of networking, started with programming, but some circumstances pushed me down to networking, server support, data center, and the likes. And at the end of the day, we saw the emergence of DevOps and the likes. And my passion has always been to have a 360 degree overview of IT and being able to oversee programmers, database administrators,
What
system,
is actually the question? I still can't get the question. What
now the question is basically, how do I secure, based on what I've said in terms of the number of years and my profile, LinkedIn profile being okay. And basically, if it's not okay, I don't think I will be getting offers like that.
Okay, so what were those people telling you? Why can't, when you get the offer?
Once I mentioned that I'm here in Nigeria, they don't get back.
But okay, before you get the offer, you must have gone to an interview. Did they ever interview you in any way?
Yeah, I think during COVID-19, yes, I was able to get to the almost third stage of Amazon. Then one that is I think A Technologies, yes, and that gave me the passion to want to continue with DevOps.
Yeah, no problem. So that other people can talk, I'll just speak, and then I'll speak to your point now. Now, what I pick from your point is that recruiters reach out to you, not as you've done the interview. So yeah, recruiters reach out to you. But I told you when I was making my presentation, I live in Canada, but I work from home for, I think it's over 3 years now that I work from home. So I don't think there are remote jobs out there. If you go to LinkedIn and then you apply specifically for remote jobs, you will get remote jobs if you really have the skills to do remote jobs. So we can talk about it later, but if that's, yeah. So Shegun.
Yeah.
Okay, Fisayo, I want to talk too. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to enlighten all of us here. Be careful of all those recruiters that reach out to you. Sometimes they just use you to count their scores. So some they'll just spread out something like a phishing email, and you just okay. So because I've also had somebody tell me about this, and sometimes when the recruiters reach out to you that like your CV, blah blah blah, they are also reporting to somebody. So how many CVs have you got? How many CVs have you? So they have to tell a company as well. So I think when you register for this bootcamp, we will guide you and even check your CV, because recruiters are reaching out to you on LinkedIn doesn't mean that your CV will pass that recruitment stage, because sometimes they use it to count their scores. And I can tell you, as I know my name, that the AWS one, the Amazon one that you said you did and you go to last stage, probably you could not scale to that point. Yes, no, that means you couldn't stay. Amazon was recruiting and was relocating a lot of people, even up to 2022. Yeah, I can give you that for free. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Shegun wants to make a comment before I unmute Oluwafumi Lola. Shegun. Hello, Shegun. Okay. I will unmute Olufumi Lola now so that she can ask a question. Yeah. Over to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Kayode and Fisayo, right? So basically, I'm an education assistant in Manitoba, Brandon, and my husband works with ServiceNow. So I'm planning to do business analyst in ServiceNow, and I'm starting from the zero stage. I don't even have an idea of what business analyst is. I don't have an idea of what ServiceNow is. But my question now is, if I get into the bootcamp for business analyst, for the 3 months, can I use the training to get a job?
The answer will be yes. But I'll put a but. We will give you everything you need to be able to get a job. Now, at some point, we will guide you on how to apply for the job. We'll look at your LinkedIn profile. We'll look at your resume. We will guide you on how to apply for a job.
Okay.
In fact, there's something that we will do, we'll call, like, we'll guide you on how to actually identify the skills you currently have, like
Okay.
do a skill gap analysis, so that we know, okay, these are the things you need to concentrate on. Because yes, we will do that. Then, we'll prepare you for interview,
Okay.
but we're not guaranteeing that you will get you a job, right? We're not getting you a job.
Based on me. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It depends on my own capability to be able to convince the recruiter.
Yes, and we'll teach you how to do that. But now it depends on you to be able to put that forward, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So
And then when you get a job, we'll support you a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. So my other question now is, I also have a friend who is already training for business analyst, but because those people training her are from India, so she hardly understands them because of their accent. So she pulled out. So I want to ask her, is it compulsory for her to attend the information section for next week?
No.
Or
In fact, I'm going to put, it's not compulsory for someone to attend the information section to join the bootcamp. In fact, when we were bringing out the bootcamp adverts, there was a place where you select if you want to be enrolled into the program directly. Yes, there are people that are already enrolled into the program without actually attending the bootcamp. So I'm going to share the link to register for the bootcamp directly without the information section. And I'm still going to send it to your email as well, so you can forward it to your friend. You don't need, if you have made up your mind that this is what you really want to do, you don't need to attend the information section to enroll for the bootcamp. Yes.
Okay, so my third question is, I don't know how much it's going to cost. Are you going to share the amount now or more?
No. If you ask me, how much are we going to take after the bootcamp? I would say I don't know yet. But one thing that I know is that it's going to be very affordable. When I mean very affordable, take my word for it, it's going to be very affordable.
Okay.
As I mentioned, this is not, for example, let me give you an example. Sometimes about 2 years ago, I did it was more than 3 months, about 3 months of free AWS training. Free Solution Architect Associate. I did it entirely for free. So I'm not saying this is going to be entirely for free for that long period, because it takes a long time. It takes it takes a lot from you to be able to do that. And then eventually, if you're doing business analysis program with us, I need to be able to give you, for example, the person that we're going to review your resume, I'm going to pay the person. So it's going to cost us. Yeah, because I'm not a business analyst. We have part of our colleague is someone that has been doing business analysis for a long time. But let's say we have 30 students in his class. Is he going to sit down and look at your LinkedIn profile one by one? Is he going to sit down and look at your resume one by one? The answer will be no. He won't have time to do that. So we'll get somebody else that will have time to do that for you, but that will cost some money. Yeah, because I know those are the differentiating factors that will enable you to get the job, really. It's not just the knowledge, it's how prepared, it's how people perceive you. It's how people perceive you, yeah. It's about perception. And then if people perceive you as somebody that is really experienced, they will reach out to you, and then you'll be getting interviews. And when you continue to get interviews, you eventually get a job.
Yeah. I'm really sorry. I just have one more question.
Yeah, you can take your time and ask your questions.
So the last one is it going to be on Saturdays? Because we work Monday to Friday.
Mostly to be weekends. Because yes, another thing that I want us to know is that all of us that are taking this course, we're going to be doing it at our own time. So it's not going to be 9 to 5. It's going to be off 9 to 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's either late in the evening or weekends alone.
Okay.
But we'll look at what time is convenient.
Okay.
Yeah, and then be able to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for answering all my questions. Thank you.
No problem. It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other question, please? Yes, someone is asking about time zone. We will try as much as possible to do it in a way that is convenient for most people. Now, most of the trainers are outside Nigeria. Most of them are outside Nigeria. Some of them are in Canada, some of them are in some other countries. So the time zone will be communicated. It will just be like this one as well. So you will know it's the time based on your own time zone. But we'll try as much as possible. For people that are coming from Nigeria, it won't be very late in the night, like 12 a.m. No, it won't be like that. It will be something that is convenient for most people as well. Yes. The person, somebody is asking when will it start? The bootcamp, we're hoping that the bootcamp itself will start in early July. We'll use this month to talk about the program itself. To do the information section, we'll have another information section next weekend, and then another one on 24th. And then we'll start the bootcamp itself for July. So the whole of July will be for bootcamp, and then we can start the paid version at some other point. Now, I think someone raised up his hand before, and the hand is down now. Martin? Okay, let me unmute you. Okay, Martin, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, good day.
Yeah, hi.
I don't know where you are. Yeah. I think you basically really just answered the question I wanted to ask you, which is why I raised my hand out.
Okay.
You answered,
awesome.
yeah, you just answered the question I wanted to ask you. You know, because I was, you kept talking about the information part, and I was like, okay, so what part is the information part? What part is the bootcamp part? But you just, emphasized that we're going to use this month for the information part. So that's really
yes.
what I want.
So next month is for the bootcamp itself. So we'll communicate it to you, the specific time the bootcamp will hold, but most likely it's going to be weekends, most likely. And then there is one question. Yeah, okay, I will unmute you, Gloria, so that you can ask your question. Just give me a few seconds. So Gloria, can you unmute yourself? Yeah. So you
Okay,
can ask your question.
Good afternoon from Canada.
Yeah,
Mr.
good
Ojo,
afternoon.
hi, how are you?
I'm good. And you?
And I'm good. Hi, Mr. Matthew Adekunle. And I want to say hello to the super lady in the house. I forgot her name. Is it Tosi or something?
Isaiah.
Yeah. Isaiah, hello. Thank you so much,
Hello.
ladies.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you so much, Isaiah, for that's an awesome, informative section. Mr. Ojo, thank you for putting this together, Cloud Vista. So my name is Gloria Odiade. I'm a friend, a very good friend to Mr. Matthew Adekunle. So happen to be a very close friend, family friend of mine. So we both reside in Canada. I'm the founder and the active president of WOD, that's Women of Distinction Touching Lives Foundation. So I actually shared this, I made a flyer to most youths in my organization because this summer we are trying to do a lot of youth empowerment and skill acquisition. So my question is, I know that this section carry a lot of information, and I'm sure today is not enough. So my number one question is, after this meeting, this informative section, the boot camp, is it going to be free for the youth? Because I operate under non-for-profit organization, just like what you said before, that it's not free, but the amount is not going to be so like expensive.
The boot camp itself will be entirely free for anybody. It will be entirely free.
So when is the boot camp starting?
This boot camp will start in July. It's going to happen in July. Within
July,
July
what date, sir?
I've not fixed a particular date, but it's going to start first week in July and end the fourth week in July. So it's going to be for 4 weeks within July.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, awesome.
very soon I will communicate the dates. We'll communicate the dates to all stakeholders at when it's going to start. But within July, we're going to do the free bootcamp completely. Okay. Yeah, and it's going to be entirely free for anybody that wants to join.
Okay. So my second question is the boot camp. Yeah, I'm sure. Is it enough for somebody to learn these different ITs, or the person has to stay furthermore to register in a particular field
to be able to get a job?
Okay.
For the person to be able to get a job. Now, if the person
and be a guru, like and be a guru on.
Yes, for the person to be a guru, if the person has zero IT experience, I would say it's not enough.
Okay.
It has zero. But if the person is somebody that already has IT experience, then it could be enough for the person to continue to read more on his own and then be able to survive on his own. Yes, it could be enough because it's going to provide the basic structure around what the person needs to do to move on. But for somebody that is starting zero, it will not be enough. It will not be enough.
Okay.
For the person to get a job, to be able to get a well-paying job, it won't be enough. But
so how many months for those who are not guru, who are just from zero?
Yes, it depends on what the area the person picks. Now, for example, if you go for DevOps or cybersecurity within 3 to 4 months, and the person is ready to devote quality time to study, then the person will be ready to get a job. But if the person is just an individual that comes to class and listen to us and go, and then the next time he's coming again to listen without doing any personal study, the person will not be ready in 2 years. Yes.
Thank you for clarifying. Clarification. Yeah.
Yes, but if you give it, it's just like somebody going to school, right? You go to normal, even high school or university, and they train you. Your teacher teaches you in class. You close your book, go and play soccer, and then come back again to class without doing your own work, without doing your practice. You will not graduate from high school. So yeah, it's like that. So, but if the person does his own work, does his do whatever he's supposed to do, and then ask questions and then challenge the teacher, the person will be ready.
Devotes, commitment.
Yeah, it requires commitment. Yes.
Thank you so much. So I don't want to. So just the last question is oh my God, what's my last question? Is okay, among this IT section, which of them is more lucrative in the labor markets? Like,
all of them are lucrative, really. All of them are lucrative.
You know why I asked you, Mr. Ojo, because based on my when I use my app to register, when people register through my foundation. So when I was watching the app, it's like I saw that is it data computing and
cloud computing
and cyber security cyber is more like high. Yeah, those two courses are more like the interest on them are more higher than the rest, even than business analysis.
I would say the interest is higher. It depends on the individual, right? Some people will do well, as I know business analysts in Canada that earns 6 figures easily. In fact, I know people that do even 2 jobs and do 2. In fact, there was a guy that told me he does 3. He does 3 jobs, and his job, all of them are paying over $100,000. Though I can't do something like that in my own case, I don't have the bandwidth to do that,
Yeah.
and I think it's not even appropriate for me
Yes.
to overlap employers' time, right? So I won't do that. But if you're really good in what you do, you should be able to get a job as a business analyst. You may not be able to get, I won't say in all of them, I won't guarantee 6 figures for a start for entry level, but it's possible. I've seen entry level of 6 figures before.
Entry level, not by experience.
I have
because
seen
obviously,
before. I have seen before. That's what I'm saying. I've seen entry level of 6 figures. I've seen it. It's possible. I've seen it.
Really?
But I won't guarantee it. But I can assure someone that if you really put your time to it, you can get the 6 figure within a year or 2. If you really put your mind to it. But I've seen entry level 6 figure, yes. But it's all about the individual.
So do we have anybody that for business analysis here?
Yeah,
do we have any?
Yes, the program was going to take business analysis. I think that will be next week.
For business,
so we're going to talk about business analysis next week.
That's what I want to do.
Yes, next week we're going to talk about business analysis.
Section.
Yes, it's next week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's
you're breaking.
That's my part of interest.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about it.
My section of interest, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So let me allow the house to. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm breaking. Yeah. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
I have to change. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ojoto. Don't let me take time of the class. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Once again, Touching Life Foundation will be collaborating and be working with you guys just to uphold and to empower our youth and to keep them busy at this time and to make their life better. So once again, thank you so much. God bless.
It's my pleasure. Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. Any other question before we call it today? And then if you have any other question, you can reach out to us via email. And if you like to register for the bootcamp directly, I'm sharing the link to everyone so you can register. And then the recording, yes. I'm going to put the recording on our YouTube channel. I'm going to put the recording on our YouTube channel. I will send the channel. I'll send the link to it to you guys by email as well, so that you can see it. I'm going to upload it there later so that people that are not in class can see it. Yeah. Okay. Fumi wants to.
Sorry,
yeah.
Can I quickly? Thank you very much, sir. Can I quickly get the link to the information section for business analysts for next week?
It's the same Zoom that we're going to use. The one you used to join for this one is the same one that I'm going to use.
Someone that needs to be on it.
You said?
Can I send it to someone that also wants to be on the information section?
You can. The person may not be able to join, but what you can do is ask the person to, the one that I sent to you that you should register with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you forward that to the person can register, and then we'll have some link to be able to join. Yeah, you can ask. And then, yeah, thank you, Fumi, for bringing that up. You can share it with anybody that you feel will benefit from it as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Any other question before we close for today? If there's no other question, I'll stop recording now, and then we'll close the section.